Hi, I'm Dave. These are books. The complete title of this book is SEAL Team 6, Memoirs of an Elite Navy SEAL Sniper. It was written by Howard E. Wasden and Stephen Templin, and it was published in 2011. It's a new book. I really enjoyed reading this book. I've read numerous books about the Navy SEALs, and this was among the best. The author likes to tell stories, particularly SEAL stories, and that's what this book contains. While reading some of these stories, I was reminded, in contrast, of author Dick Couch's description of the Navy SEALs as quiet professionals. Howard Wasden was not always entirely a quiet professional. From the inside front jacket cover, we learn that the author is a veteran of Operation Desert Storm, so we have that in common. On the inside back jacket cover, we learn that Howard Wasden was medically retired from the Navy in 1995 and now carries the title Doctor. We also learn that co-author Stephen Templin participated in BUD/S training and blew things up, but apparently never became a SEAL. From the glossary of this book, I learned the derivation of CV, the Navy's official designation for an aircraft carrier. The C stands for cruiser. Go figure. And the V stands for the French word voler, meaning to fly. You may remember that song Volare, same word. I also learned from the glossary that unconventional warfare means illegal warfare, and that the SIG in Sig Sauer stands for Schweizerische Industrie Gesellschaft, Swiss Industrial Company in the German language. Page 1 of the book contains a quote from Gunny Carlos Hathcock, including the phrase, "These kids dressed up like Marines." Page 3 contains my favorite quote in the book. Quote, "Sometimes we must face what we try to avoid." Unquote. Towards the end of the book, Dr. Wasden describes some of his classmates in chiropractic school as hippie crackpots who opposed medical doctors, needles, and medication. Unquote. I wish I had had the medical background and experience which Dr. Wasden possessed upon entering chiropractic school when I was going through my professional training. It would have prevented a lot of wrong turns. This book also contains a very accurate and helpful working description of a goat lab. Dr. Wasden describes some of the over-the-counter items he uses and relies on in his personal custom armamentarium, including the Swiss Army knife, a Camelback hydration system, and Adidas GSG9 assault boots. The author is not a big fan of the Clinton administration's support for our troops. As he says, quote, "The Clinton camp was more interested in maintaining political points than keeping some of America's finest troops alive," unquote. I have heard similar sentiments expressed about other, more recent administrations as well. Here are a few of my favorite quotes from the book. Quote, "People who use the term developing countries, but that is bullcrap. What developed in Somalia was things such as hunger and fighting. I think developing countries is just a term used to make the people who coined it feel better. No matter what you call them, starvation and war are two of the worst events imaginable." Quote, "I was charged with making sure none of my Delta Force buddies sprang a leak." Quote, "There was a time when we used to go out and fight the cops a lot. Those days are coming to a rapid end. The military is changing." Quote, "We didn't follow the Dick Marchenko charm school of arrogance and alienating people." Quote, "I don't drink for effect. I drink for camaraderie." Quote, "It's a whole lot better to go up the river with 7 studs than 100 poop heads." Quote, "Risks that pay off are bold moves. Those that don't pay off are stupid." Quote, "I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for all my blessings. Thanks for my guardian angels that kept me alive while in harm's way." Quote, "God bless America and our fighting men and women." At one point in his life, Mr. Wasden became seriously injured, leading to a heavy-duty depression. Howard describes the depression and how he climbed out of it. Good reading for everyone. As I said at the beginning, I really enjoyed reading SEAL Team 6, and I recommend it very highly. Once again, the full title is SEAL Team 6, Memoirs of an Elite Navy SEAL Sniper. It was written by Howard E. Wasden and Stephen Templin and was published in 2011. It is a new book. I enjoyed it very much. I recommend it. I'm Dave. These are books.